Welcome back to Where Tigers Walk. This week, no football to talk about, but we are looking at the out-of-contract players for Hull and the loan players and getting this panel here to decide if they were in charge, what they would do. And let us know in the comments your thoughts as well. Let's jump straight into it. We've got Ben, Jack, and Matty back with us. Thank you for joining us. Here we go. We'll start with the loan players then, if that's okay. Ben, Lincoln, please. A name we're hearing a little bit more about in recent weeks. He's worth an estimated €4 million as a permanent signing. Sure that might be wrong, but what do you reckon?
I think, to be fair, I think he'd be quite a solid signing if we were to go back and make him a permanent one. He's done. I mean, I know he's only had a few cameo appearances off the bench, but he's done enough for me in terms of like the performance, the way he plays, the amount of tracking back he does as a left winger. He's very comfortable in defence. He's done enough for me to prove himself. I think he's been a solid arrival, and he's only 26, so he's got a few years left in him. So yeah, whether he is 4 million or not, I think it could be one that we do go in for. Yeah, I think I'd be happy if we were to make him a permanent one.
Okay. Matty, easy one, I suppose, for you, given the amount of fans crying out for his signature here. Joe Gelhardt?
Nah, he's not that good, is he, really? So I think, yeah, he would be my top priority over the summer, would be to get Gelhardt in. He's just given us a different dimension up front. He's given us an outlet. He works hard. He's strong. He can play anywhere across the front three. He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals for us. He is a high quality player, and I think he was a high quality player at Leeds. He just didn't have the opportunity there to play because of other players that they brought in. So yeah, he's got to be the top priority for me as Gelhardt, and kind of. Because he's only, 22 still? So it's just like kind of build the team a little bit more around him. We've got a relatively young team, which I think is great. If we can mould them together and keep them together for a couple of years, I think, fingers crossed, if we stay up, we'll have potential to push on up that league and be challenging towards the top, hopefully. So yeah, definitely sign
it. Jack, Poeta?
Yeah, similar to Matty said about Gelhardt. Again, he's just another crucial player, solid in the middle, always attacking, threatening. He scored a couple of goals for us this season, but he just got to think about the money and who he wants to invest in. And if it comes down to having to get rid of like Lincoln or someone else, I think I'd take Poeta and Gelhardt as the two priorities. But yeah. He's just a solid. Ever since he's came, he's just shown he's great. It might not have been the best in some games, but every player has one of those games, and he's definitely proved that he's a valuable asset to our team. So yeah, just got to keep him. And as Matty said, build on the team, get some more reinforcements in similar to him, and who knows what team we can have next season.
Okay. Ben, you can take Zambrano.
It's a tricky one because I think. In the games he did play, he was a very, very good player. He just has that ban that's sort of looming over him. Whether we'd take the risk on that and sign him and just have him there basically collecting a wage and not doing anything, I don't know. I think he would probably, in the long term, if you look at it that way, he would be a very good signing and one that we could buy in and then sell for probably a quite a big profit because as you can see there, he's 20 years old, and in the past he has been linked with some high-level clubs, like in the Premier League. And yeah, I think it's just all dependent on what comes of that ban. I think I'd be happy if we signed him. I'd be really happy, but just yeah, it's one of them. You can't really say yes or no to it until we know the length of what might happen.
Okay. Cheers for that, all of you. Let's take on the rest of the other two loan players. Louis, Barry, Matty.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think it'd be great to have him back. I don't know if he will if he'll get in the Villa team, I'm not sure how he kind of fits in with the players that they've kind of brought in. But I suppose he is still young, that they might send him out for another year on loan, and hopefully we'd benefit from having him there. We just haven't. Obviously, he played what, three games for us, and then he's obviously injured. So it's I don't think we've seen enough of him. But obviously, his reputation is good, and he's a good player. What we did see of him was fleeting in terms of that. I think he will have that quality to again give us something going forward. But I think was he just brought in, obviously, just give us a bit of loan. We've got to remember that we've got Miller and we've got Bellumi to come back as well. So how do we fit all these players in? If we can sign him, great. But again, just kind of see with that one. But yeah, I wouldn't be plussed either way for me. To be honest, I think we've probably got enough quality in there to kind of push on next season without having to bring somebody else in. So.
Finley Burns for you, Jack?
It's similar to Lou Barry. We haven't seen enough of him to make a permanent decision. But we do. I think the back, we do need some reinforcements. And if we can't get anyone else, then £1 million is not too bad to spend on a player. And he has had some good reputation. I've heard some good things about him. Was it Man City he's come from? Is it? Yeah. They usually do develop into some very good players. So yeah, I would keep him. But yeah, it depends, because we do need more centre backs. But yeah, it's just all about how much money you can spend and what other players we bring in the next transfer window, and if he will get a game time. So we just got to be wise with our money, which I hope we will be, because we have been quite good with that recently. So yeah.
Okay. Right, Ben, João Pedro will turn 34 years of age during the next season. What's your thoughts?
Throw it all at him. Throw everything at him. Sign the contract, João. I think him and Gelhardt are the ones that you sort of have to make. Obviously, I know he is a permanent, but you sort of have to put him down as a contract for at least a couple of years. He might be 34 next year, but in the games that we've seen so far, he's brought so much quality, like so much quality to the front line. He's such a calm player. Well, I say calm, he did get that red card. I can't say he's a calm player, but he just brings a lot of experience. He's just such a talented player. You can still see it. His legs might be slightly on the way out, but he's one. Even if he wasn't like a mainstay and like he didn't play every game, he's one that could give advice, and I think he has done this season to the players like Gelhardt, Kyle Joseph, as well. So yeah, he's one that is like up there for priorities next season.
I think he's taken Kamara under his wing, hasn't he, a little bit?
Yeah.
As well. I've heard that he has, and you can definitely tell, since the turn of the year, that Kamara is a different player.
Absolutely,
and, that's down to him getting confidence. But if he's working alongside someone like João Pedro, how much quality he has got, it's only going to improve him. So yeah, I'm with Ben. He's a must. He's a must signing, I think.
Okay, staying with you, Matty, for Cynic.
Is he still on there? God,
he's made of glass, this lad, isn't he? So we've had him for 3 years now, and I can't ever recall. It'd be interesting to see how many games he's actually played, but I can't remember, counting on a single hand how many times he's played, and when he has played, he's had no influence on it. It's a shame, because obviously he came with a bit of a reputation. He's been injured, but we can't carry a player like that when we've got other players in the squad. He's probably on a lot of wages as well. So I think I think it's time to say bye-bye, unfortunately, and see you later, mate. Nice try, but yeah, good luck with your next adventure.
I think he's played 13 games across the campaign, according to FootMob. Yeah, I think 1 game in last season and 12 in the first season he joined, and he's had none this season. I think he's been on loan somewhere, but again, he had 10 games there as well, which is and 2 goals. 1 goal, which is quite poor. So yeah, get rid of him.
And finishing with you then, Jack, on Nordin and Amrabat.
We just haven't seen enough of him. And again, he's coming to the end of his career in football. So if he decides to retire before we make a decision, that'd be easy for us. But it's 250k. I mean, I think like the lads have said with the attack, we've got too many options. He will not get played. He'll just be sat on the bench. He might be happy about that actually, because he'll be getting a decent wage. But I wouldn't prioritise him. I don't think I'd sign him up just based on what we've seen of him so far and the situation we're in. So yeah, he's one I'd sacrifice.
Right. Thank you very much, all of you, for that. Good discussions. And if you disagreed with anything which any of the panel have said there, then, of course, you know what to do. Type away and let us know. Luton Town up next then, Ben. 6-pointer, 9-pointer, 12. Yeah. This is a not lose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the Oxford and the Plymouth games. It's one that we have to get at least a point out of. Hopefully 3. I think Luton have had a couple of decent results recently, in fairness, so they might be a bit more up for it with a bit more confidence. But City are unbeaten in the last 4 games, only 1 loss in the last 6. So we've got it. We're able to do it. We've done it against big teams like Sheffield United, Sunderland. We've done it against Plymouth and Oxford, where we've even come back from a goal down to put a 2-1 performance away in the bag and get all 3 points. Just got to hope that we can make it 3 in a row at home.
They were very physical side. Our Borough fans were saying that they just absolutely bullied them off the ball. So you're going to have to stand tall to them. I might even put a bet on a red card in this one. Given what you guys are like as well.
Yeah, the rest.
That's right. Right. Join us in 7 days' time when we're going to look back at, of course, the Oranges versus the... Oh, no, sorry, don't call them Oranges. The Ambers versus the Oranges. And we'll see you on the other side of that result. Thank you very much for joining us. Drop your comments, drop your subscribes, drop your likes. And, we'll see you after 3 points against Luton. Fingers crossed.